On this video, I talk about setting goals and creating your own selling strategy. When you are talking about your product or your service, you shouldn't be telling everything when you start to talk about your product. You should focus on the things that would interest your customer, and it is beneficial to start with the benefits that the customer gets when they buy your product or when they use your service. They might be interested in the technical facts, but usually it comes later on. And the FAB formula means that features are the physical characteristics such as taste or color or the materials you are using and so on. Advantages are the things that happen with the characteristics. So the product doesn't wrinkle or stain, or the product changes color, or it has automated updates and so on. And benefits mean that what the customer gains when they use your product, if they save money or if they get free time or so on. And you should always focus on the benefits and start with the benefits and then move on to the more detailed information about your product or your service. When you are giving a sales presentation or a sales pitch, it should be vocal and visual and hopefully also tangible explanation about the business proposal that you are making to the possible customer. We have a couple of examples about the different sales presentation tools below here, but we first go through a few guidelines how to make the sales presentation. Whether it happens online or live at somebody's office, the atmosphere should be nice, maybe some small talk beforehand, and just to encourage your future customer to talk about their expectations for your product or your service. And of course, helpful and friendly attitude and focus on the business. And nowadays, many visual tools offer a possibility to make your own nice sales presentation if you are not a visual designer. So my slides are made with PowerPoint, but you could use Canva, and many companies have their own PowerPoint graphics or presentation tools that you could use to make your own. Message map, elevator pitch, and NABC pitch might be helpful for you to construct your speech and to highlight the things that your customer gains when they use your service or your product. Just after this video, go ahead and watch the extra information about these tools that I found very, very helpful on my work. Then moving on to setting goals in digital sales. All your sales goals should be formed with the SMART formula, so they are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. And it means that they should be detailed enough. You should be able to measure if you have reached those goals, and they shouldn't be so unrealistic that you cannot reach your goals during that specific time, for example 6 months or so on. And after the time you set, you just check whether you reach those goals or not. And along the way, of course, do some checkups to see if you are going to the right direction. Because even if you have only a few weeks left, there is still time to do some boosting for your sales. And goals that are used together with metrics, they help you plan and divide a big task into smaller portions, and they tell if you succeeded in whatever you were doing. Then how do you measure the sales actions that you take? Nowadays, sales action can be monitored in real time with many different kind of sales and marketing automation softwares or CRM softwares or websites or web shop analytics tools or other software that gives information about sales. And you should regularly check those numbers to see if you're going to the right directions. And metrics, they are very important because they give information to the companies and to the leaders to evaluate the sales performance and take action if needed as you go. So you don't only get the reports like once a month or once a year, but you can see every week if you are moving fast enough towards your finishing line. And the metrics vary in different companies or different fields of business or different organizations. But many sales key performance indicators might vary, but they usually have some information about the revenue, the total, or the product or product line revenue, or the average revenue in a certain amount of time. It might contain information about the market penetration or growth, or about the performance of a product or a salesperson or one specific team. You might look at the conversion rate, so won or lost deals in sales or in downloads or subscriptions. Or you could look at the sales funnel metrics such as leakage or average time or just sales per sales rep or per product or per region or so on. And I am a little metrics geek myself. I like to look at the analytics. It is very interesting for me, and I'm glad to see that others are interested in that too. You might measure the number of deals or the number of calls or emails. You could measure customer satisfaction or the number of visitors on your landing page or contact form submissions or quality of the leads or abandoned cart rate or whatever it is that's important to your company. Then last but not least, we talk a little bit about the selling strategy and selling plan, sales strategy, sales plan. They mean the same thing, a document that describes the frames for your actions. What are your goals? What are your tactics? Who do you plan on selling? So about the segments. And if you're interested in segments, you should check out the digital marketing course. We talk more about segments there. And selling strategy is a lot like a business plan. It helps everyone in your company to see the big picture and to see the goals and see the route, how to get to that goal. And the typical topics in your sales plan might be the target customers or segments, as you would say, revenue goals, maybe something about the pricing or the campaigns that are coming up, about your resources, your teams and team responsibilities, then some information about the competition or the market or your sales strategies and tactics. And if you are into this, you should go online and find ready sales plan templates to help you with that. So this was my video about metrics and selling strategy.